Good afternoon, students. Your new topic is child labor and children's work. So, what do you mean by child labor? The term child labor generally refers to any economic activity performed by a person under the age of 15 years as defined by International Labour Organization, that is ILO of United Nations. Child labor is a global concern. Government and international agencies have passed age regulation for work which differ across the world. For example, the legal minimum age for all work in Egypt in 20 years, in Williamson and India it is 14 years, and in Hong Kong it is 15 years. So student, ILO convention allow light work at age 12 to 13 but hazardous work not before 18 years. The ILO has established a general minimum age of 15 years in countries where compulsory schooling is completed by 15 years. This is the most widely used yardstick when establishing how many children are currently working around the world. The World Bank projects over 40 million children are employed. In India alone, more than 15 million children in the age group of 15 to 14 years are involved in various types of work, both remunerative and non-remunerative, including domestic work. The next is, not only is the age a matter of concern, but the type of work and work condition are important considerations. Internationally, experts have identified hazards that include working with unsafe machinery, hazardous substances like insecticides, herbicides, heavy lifting, and extreme temperatures. Children may be involved in manufacture of glass panel, matches, fireworks, or bricks, where they may be exposed to noxious fumes and radiant heat from the molten substance that affect their health. In the Child Labor Act of our country, more than 50 professions that are hazards for children have been listed. These include domestic work in homes and working in the hospitality sector, specifically in hotel and restaurants. It is not uncommon in many homes in India to hire young girls as domestic workers. Their education, health, as well as physical and emotional well-being are likely to be neglected and jeopardized. The next is, two UN agencies have directed their attention to the prevention of child labor worldwide. The United Nations International Children Emergency Fund, that is UNICEF, and the International Labour Organization, that is ILO. There are about 20 such international treaties against child labor. Once a country ratifies a convention, UN bodies monitor compliance and hold countries accountable for violation. The need of the hour is strong enforcement and the national level. Among other things, government are expected to introduce action programs to remove and prevent the worst forms of child labor, provide direct assistance for the rehabilitation of children and their social integration, ensure access to free education, identify children as special risk, take account of girls and their special situation. Work and the elderly. Why work is related with elderly? All over the world, old age is signified by chronological age. By and large, particularly in India, 60 years is considered to be the criterion to categorize adults as older adults or senior citizens. At the juncture, it is important to note that old may be considered category like senior citizen, elderly, aged, and to be preferentially used. For working people, men and women, the significant indicator of old age is retirement from active work. One of the biggest misconceptions is the older person should retire from active work. Other misconceptions are evident with some employers, some of which are the aged cannot be trained in new process or technology. They are not as efficient or as productive as younger workers. They get sick and absent more often than younger workers, and they are comparatively more rigid than the younger adults. Many senior citizens would like to continue working beyond the traditional retirement age of several reasons, such as enjoyment in work, gives them self esteem and self respect, allows them to make meaningful contribution to society. Life of leisure and recreation alone is not satisfactory to some. For some, it may be honesty, while there are the number of individuals who can retire but choose not to. There are also a vast number of individuals who want to retire but cannot afford to. The desire to remain independent. The next point is there are innumerable citizens who are healthy, active, and mentally alert and are contributing eminently in different ways. It has been observed that older workers can indeed be trained to perform new tasks, and it is useful to employ older workers for one or more of the following reasons. They are experienced and dependable, no doubt. They introduce different form of style and motivation compared to the younger co-workers. Many older workers may accept compensation in kind of perks rather than salary or financial incentives. They are less likely to leave and move on other jobs very easily. They are less likely to indulge in irresponsible absenteeism. The next topic, work and the elderly. The older population faces several problems ranging from absence of a sure and sufficient income to support themselves and their dependents, ill health, loss of social role and recognition, and non-availability of opportunities for creative use of free time. As people live longer and into much advanced age, say 75 years and over, they need more intensive and long-term care, which in turn may increase financial stress on the family. The Government of India formulated the National Policy on Aging in 1999. The central government implemented the National Old Age Pension, that is NOAP scheme, which provides for the pension every month to old people living in condition of destitution. The NOAP scheme is an operation all over the world, all over India, and reports indicate that the most vulnerable section of India's society have benefited from this scheme. In addition, state governments have introduced scheme for old age pension, although the criterion of eligibility and the amount of pension given different from state to state. The next topic is attitude and approaches to work, life skill and quality of work life. Attitude, what do you mean by attitude and approaches to work? The attitude towards work is not only about the work job itself, it is also about how individual perceives one's own work situation, handles the circumstances and demand of the job and the various tasks entailed. An individual's experience of job satisfaction or dissatisfaction is considerably influenced by their attitude rather than being determined entirely by the job per se. Further, an individual's perception can be affected by comparison they may make. For instance, if a person compares only the salary he receives with that another, without taking into account the work responsibilities, the qualification required, the work output, seniority, and dedication of the other person, there is scope for dissatisfaction. On the other hand, some persons enjoy their jobs, look forward to challenges, handle difficult tasks with a positive outlook, and this makes them feel good about their jobs. Similarly, opportunities for progress in their career and to use their abilities, skills, and knowledge contribute to personal happiness and the quality of working life of the organization. Next point is quality of work life. What do you mean by quality of work life, and why quality related with work life? Quality of work life of employees is considered important by organization. In this approach, the employees are considered to assist, and it is believed that people perform better when they are satisfied with their work conditions. All human beings like to survive and thrive in an environment that encourages and motivates them to do all work that they are capable of. Therefore, it is crucial to have a culture of creating happy and unhealthy work environments, not only in the physical and social sense but also in the deeper psychological, mental, and emotional aspects. A healthy work environment is a positive work environment. Such an environment can be created by focusing on paying adequate attention to the individual employees' needs and expectation in addition to organizational needs, building a positive work climate, motivating individuals, being fair and treating people equally, ensuring and facilitating technical competence, providing an attractive and safe work environment, making the job interesting and challenging, matching the person to the task, delegating wherever necessary, fostering team spirit and team responsibility, developing employees through training, building confidence, feedback, encouragement and praise, positive reinforcement and involvement, empowering employees, giving them authority wherever appropriate, sustain opportunity for self development. The next is life skills for livelihood. Life skills are abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable individual to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. According to the World Health Organization, that is WHO, life skills are thinking, coping, and social skills, which are abilities that can enhance people interaction with others and with the environment, and which may even give rise to greater individual resilience in situations of adversity. 10 core sets of skill have been identified by experts. First is self-awareness, second is empathy, next is communication, interpersonal relationship, next is decision making and problem solving, creative thinking and critical thinking, coping with emotion and coping with stress. Life skills for livelihood. Life skills are abilities that enable people to behave in healthy ways, particularly in situations that challenge them. It is important to develop appropriate skills as indicated above in order to prevent manifesting unhealthy or negative behavior. Appropriate and adequate knowledge, attitudes, and values enable one to develop healthy life skills and prevent negative health behavior as indicated in the conceptual model below. First point is knowledge, attitude, value, that is related with life skill, and life skill related with psychosocial competence and behavior, and it is related with positive health, and last one is prevention of negative behavior. This is the conceptual model. Okay. The next topic is improving one's own work life. How to improve one's own work life? How we can improve? Let us start. Quality of work life from the perspective of the worker is not so much about the job alone but also about how it is perceived by him her. Towards this, it is important to look at one's work as a source of energy, fulfillment, and learning. Some journal tips in the context are given herein. Develop healthy personal habits. Take care of one's body, mind, and spirit. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle by eating a wholesome diet, taking adequate and appropriate exercise, and getting enough sleep. Such a lifestyle is helpful to face challenges and pressure at the workplace. Be empathetic and compensate. Interacting with peers, subordinate, and supervisor is inevitable and calls for empathetic approach, which in turn will yield positive outcomes. All persons of work have to remember the interdependence on each other personally, professionally, and psychologically. Positive attitude and behavior or interaction with peers, subordinates, and supervisors will generate goodwill all around. People who help each other tend to experience greater satisfaction and reward and help a person to fulfill his own needs. Good communication and interpersonal skill are vital for useful completion of tasks and career development. Next is it is important to maintain loyalty and commitment to the organization and to be professionally ethically at all times. Encourage partnership and work as member of a team. People who help each other in this way tend to experience greater satisfaction and reward. Interaction with others should generate result for mutual benefit. Work in collaboration with others, respecting and recognizing their contribution and achievements. It is wise to be responsive to situation and not reactive. For example, when faced with the reprimand at work by senior, it is appropriate to respond by examining the situation realistically and calmly, rather than react with justification and emotional outburst. If the repayment is deserved, one should take corrective measures, include apologizing if necessary. Flexibility, adaptability, and problem solving attitude and skills are core abilities essential in the work and arena, whether you are self employed or working for others. Be a good citizen and create a healthy community around you. People who follow these tips tend to attract like-minded person together when they often create a community of like-minded folks who strive to get the job done while serving everybody's needs. For job satisfaction, be a good citizen within your organization, recognizing others for their achievement and work in collaboration with others to effect responsible change. Learn from the lesson of life. Job satisfaction is all about taking those day-to-day challenges, pressure, and upsetting situations and turning them into life lessons that allow to grow and move on as a better, more fulfilled personal and professional. This balance between life and work is not easy to achieve, but the ability to positively adapt to societal and environmental change is essential. In any occupation, core ability, essential workplace skills are the basic requirements. They cannot be taught as academic lesson in school or colleges, but they are vital to enable person to become competent and have to acquire and earn as one develop as a person. So student, that's all for the today. Thank you so much.